Well, hello, hello, and welcome. Welcome to the 2025 energy forecast. Well, I'm so excited to be here with you. It's so wonderful to be back into this space and share some of the insights about the numerology, the human design, and color energy frequencies that can help us in 2025. I've got lots of information here to share with you. So if you haven't got a cup of tea or something or some water, please go ahead and bring it in because it is jam-packed. So there now. So welcome 2025. It's a very pivotal year. It's a year that requires a lot out of us because it is one of these years that a lot of growth is happening, a lot of change, a lot of disruption, as well as evolution. So we are actually on this threshold, as I like to call it. It's this threshold between the old and the new. We are in the middle of a 3-year, very intense cycle. So we already got 2024 already in the past, now 2025, and then 2026. So it's what we call the shoulder season. And as we are in the middle of this cycle of growth and evolution, there's a lot of disruption as well as. So, but it is also very exciting because we are leaping into the new, and we were naturally going through a number of disruptive cycles, and this is one of them. So we have some of us that we may want to stick in the past, not wanting to let go, and some others that want to usher a new beginning, like yourselves, dear hearts, leaders and parents who are seeking for outside of the box solutions and change makers. And all of that is, we are part of this cycle of experimentation. And yeah, it's and I'm going to be sharing a lot about 2025 as is a year 9. It's all about letting go. So well, I will be sharing a lot around the numerology because this is what we are going to see. We're going to see how we can support ourselves, empower ourselves, and yourself and your business and your family through the lens of human design, numerology, a little bit of astrology as well, although I'm not an astrologer, and color energy frequencies. So in this time, we have got a couple of really important jobs, and I would really, really like to pay attention to those little jobs or big jobs. The first one is to become stability in the midst of uncertainty. Because whenever we go through some sort of change, growth, there's always some uncertainty because of that disruptive of the old and embracing the new. So the way we want to do that, the way we want to bring that stability in ourselves, in our lives, in our families, is to reconnect with the heart of who we are, our true stories, our authentic selves. So stay connected into our internal decision making energies. So we have to stay connected to our intuition. We have to have the courage to follow what our bodies are telling us, whether it's truth or not. And in the time when there's so much information out there, which is sometimes pretty overwhelming, I have to say, there's so much upheaval, so much for our brains to know what's true and what's not true. We have to have an integrative approach to find truth and what's right for us so that we can take our place of leadership. We can take our place of parents and teachers and coaches and healers and change makers. Now, our second job is to stabilize ourselves when it looks that everything is coming apart around us because we are leaders, and leaders they are here to lead. They are people who will be looking at us, and because we come from the place of personal alignment, and this place of personal alignment is a really high frequency state. It's a state that allows us to have influence and to be able to take leadership so that we can become a resource for others, a resource that provides reassurance and a path that illuminates the way. Now, we can lead people through these times, and yes, and we can be able to cross through this threshold into the new. And that means, and I've got to insist on that, that means we have to do our inner work. And I will repeat that. We have to do our inner work. And it is hard sometimes, okay? It is hard. And we have to take back the story we tell ourselves in the world about who we are. And that's our personal story. It's also our collective story, because we are trying to disentangle ourselves from old stories that don't work anymore. And we are disentangling ourselves from stories that have kept us in a position of less than, stories that have kept us in a kind of average place, maybe have kept us from a position of leadership in the world. And as we rewrite these stories and walk through this threshold into the world, it is an incredible, fertile place. It's an incredible, powerful, creative place. And it's truly, truly exciting. But for us to be able to step into that place and lead and reassure and facilitate growth, and for us to manifest the vision that we all have been holding in our heart, the vision of what is true. And that vision is independent of political alignment. And it's a vision that says that we are a species that we as a species, we have designed to love each other, to care for each other, to nurture each other, to take good care of each other, to make decisions that facilitate growth. And above all, it's about the new currency of wealth, in my opinion, is how we can facilitate long-term well-being of each other. So, so the peace that we felt in our hearts is about to be here. We have to be able, though, to keep the eye on the prize, kind of, So one of the themes for this year is maintain your attitude, dear hearts. And when I say maintain, it's just not about being happy, fluffy. It's about keeping maintaining the attitude through the lens of being a pilot. Can you imagine yourself being a pilot of a plane, or a pilot, what the pilot does? You have to keep the plane level and fly through the horizon so you don't lose your balance in the air and come crashing down. So as we are moving through this truly powerful time of transition, you are the skeleton key. Yes. So you are the key to unlock the doorways to the future. The more aligned you are with who you are, the truth of who you are, and your own internal compass, the more you contain your connection to love's voice, the voice of your heart, the voice of your authentic self inside of your body. And the more you are connected with that space, then that's going to be even better for yourself, for your family, for the people you work with, for the community, and also for the whole world. So well, I am truly excited to be here, and I would like to say that how privileged I am, truly, and let's get started. I'm truly grateful to spend time with you all, and I want to take a moment to reintroduce or introduce myself if you haven't met me before. My name is ChriSOULa Sirigou. I'm the founder and creator of HappyNEST, HappyNEST by Design, and HappyNEST Kids. Well, you might think of yourself, what is HappyNEST? Well, it's the vision of happiness is about nurturing emotional safety together. The nest symbolizes you. You are the temple, your body, yourself, your soul, your heart. The nest symbolizes your actual family nest, your relationships with your loved ones, relation with your friends, with the people you engage with, you are of service to. And the nest also represents nature, it represents Mother Earth, it represents the whole world. So each one of us has got its own role, and the more you get to understand who you are and what you're here to bring through your gifts, your talents, your strengths, and what you're here also to heal and learn. And that's what the wonderful systems of human design and color mirrors and numerology and other systems out there we're very, very privileged to have in our lives. That's what they're here to help us out, and that's what I'm here as the leader of the HappyNEST by Design and HappyNEST Kids. And I'm also an award-winning author of books on personal transformation, holistic well-being, and color energy healing. I'm a color mirrors and numerology practitioner, color mirrors teacher since 2014. Since then, I haven't stopped creating courses and workshops, and have delivered lots of talks as well. And of course, everything I've done so far has been very much empowered by the psychology and the language of color. And I'm also a quantum human design specialist and family coach. I've been teaching languages since 1991, yes. Teaching has been always very clear to me that this is what I'm here to do, to be, to interact and communicate and support and empower others. And my human design actually confirms that. And that's one of the things that human design can actually support you with. Apart from giving lots of other insights, but also it's an affirmation, it's a confirmation of who you are. And also many other things that we will be exploring later. As the founder of Rainbow Let's Mother Earth Community Project, I'm very proud that we got to publish a Little Sparks of Joy book back in December 2021. And also as being a radio broadcaster of the Health and Healing Show over 9 years, it was a weekly commitment, and it was something that, as a generator, I was feeling sometimes the need to quit, but I didn't. And I'm so glad I didn't. But I've completed 9 years, and as the result of that, we got the book of Self Musings out, and it's an award-winning book. Now, something that it has been on the back burner for some time. It's something I would love to bring in 2025. So I'm just sort of bringing it out here and sharing with you. I would love to bring a podcast out. I've got so much to share and so much to empower with. And the most recent thing, I am now a trustee at the Wingate Centre, which is a local charitable organisation that their mission and vision is to brighten the lives of individuals with special education needs and disabilities. There you are. So let's see now the 2025 energy forecast. What I'm going to bring to you, I'm going to bring some questions for you to consider, to contemplate, to ponder. We're going to look at the 4 annual Quantum Human Design quarters that will help you to navigate the year, both as personally, but also professionally. How some planetary transits influence your chart. We're going to touch on that. We're not going to have that time to explore that fully, but part of something of my offering, I will be sharing with you towards the end. I'm planning to bring this planetary transits as part of sort of a weekly broadcast. And also the 2025 global themes. Now, if you got somewhere to write, you can take if you want to take a screenshot, or if you got the handout with the slides, you can take a moment to have a think and ponder around these questions. The first one is, how do I maintain rhythm and consistency so that I strengthen my ability to hold high frequencies of energy? And then this is probably you are here because, and you're drawn to this masterclass because you're somebody who is committed to doing the work, who's committed to have some practices in place. These practices, it can be anything that works for you. It could be meditation, it could be walking, it could be vision boarding, it could be journaling, you name it, but something that is actually has got this regular rhythm and you are consistent with it. Consistency is going to be really, really important for us as we navigate in these cycles of disruption and growth. So what practices do I need to cultivate to sustain my vision for what I want and for a better world? So what are these practices that you will definitely bring in? Or it could be something new. It could be something that you will be inspired to bring in to your healing and nurturing yourself. Self-care, sometimes we are think of self-care as something very selfish or egotistical, far from it. Self-care as a leader, as a parent, as somebody who cares for others, who contributes to the well-being of others. You really need to put yourself first in order your needs are met, your needs are felt. So who do I need to become to follow my intuition, to follow my inspirations and my deep inner knowing about what the world needs? So as we are growing, we are evolving, so we are understanding more. So that's part of what these wonderful, systems and the HappyNEST by design system. This is what help us to connect, to stay connected with our intuition, and really find out ways to support us, to stabilize ourselves, to maintain our attitude, so we can flow. There's so with ease. Although some challenges along the way, but how can we possibly, stay true to your inspirations and your inner needs, but also all of that supports the world needs. How do I not let the disruption of old paradigms discourage or frighten me, because it can be very challenging time, as we go through these cycles from it started last year, this year, the 2026, as we're moving into 2027 now. So how do you not allow what's happening around you to stay connected with your heart, stay connected with your vision, with your mission? Okay, so keep these questions somewhere handy to keep asking yourself these questions, and let's see whether some of the answers will turn up during the masterclass as well. The inspiration can come at any point during the masterclass. Later on, it is part of being alert and being awakened, right? So in this masterclass, you will explore a number of things. I did promise that we were going to bring in numerology. You're going to see how 2025, how we can, it brings what 2025 brings to us for us and for the planet. 2025 adds up to 9. And what a year 9 signifies, it's completion, letting go, and healing. So we're going to see how this energy affects us collectively and individually. And we're going to combine numerology with human design. So the association of year 9 with Mars in human design. We're gonna check. We're gonna see how your human design charts provides relevant insights with connection to Mars. And also, we're going to be exploring, you're going to give you step-by-step guide to calculating your personal cycle and looking at each cycle from 1 to 9, because in numerology, it works in 9 cycles. And we are in cycle 9, year 9, in 2025. Something that will be interesting for you to look as well, and that's why you need your human design chart. If you have it handy, please do bring it along. It's some tips for your type, okay, to align with your personal and planetary cycles, and a few more other things that I've got planned for you. So, year 9, it's about courage and direction. I think we have already established that, right? So, if you don't know how to calculate your numerology cycle for 2025, this is what you need to do. So this is you need to bring your notepad out and your pen, and you need to add the birth month plus the birthday plus 2025, which comes to number 9. Okay, so you add up all of that together, and you bring it down to a single digit to find your cycle. Okay, so mine, for example, is I was born on the 4th of July, so 4 plus 7 plus 9. Okay, it comes down, I am in cycle 2. I've already gone through cycle 1. Yes, so are you okay with that? Yes. It's not easy for me to look at the chat when I have got this. I find that quite annoying, but it is not easy to look at the chat at the same time as sharing. So let me just find my notes here, and then we are going to move forward. Okay. Before we look into the numerology aspects of 2025, I'm going to bring you a little bit of the color energy frequencies in how we interpret the energy for 2025. So 2025 is the year of faith. I would really like to call that the year of faith. And it's actually how when we navigate all the different challenges and changes and disruptions, how do we stay stable? How do we feel safe? And how do we, can see far ahead in the horizon, right? Like the pilot, remember? So, so one of the wonderful bottles in the system of color mirrors, and I have put this little link below if you are interested and curious to find out more about color mirrors. I'm not going to share more about it here because we've got so much more to go through. One of the wonderful bottles, energy bottles, this is, they're made with the energy of here, bottle 25 is the bottle of trust. And there are two wonderful, the turquoise at the bottom, at the top, and the yellow energy in the bottom. And one of the key color energy frequencies for 2025 is turquoise. Well, I don't know about you, but turquoise is one of my favorite colors. And it is a wonderful color to work with because it really supports emotional safety. It is the color of self-expression, communication, connect with the higher heart in your chakra system. And it's a wonderful color to support you healing the heart. And then that will be really, really important as we go through this year and healing any issues of trust. And also, it could be trusting yourself or trusting anybody else, trusting source, universe, God, whatever you may want to choose to call it. But also letting go of judgments. And yeah, it is a beautiful color. But also the yellow coming in is the color of joy, the color of sunshine, of being positive, staying optimistic about the future, and always remember that what is it that brings light and lightens you up. Whatever we do in whatever we choose to do, this question always comes back to me personally and probably to you as well. So does this bring me joy? That's the question I always ask myself, or at least I've learned to ask, and I'm still learning to ask myself, does this, it could be anything, it could be a project, it could be a relationship, it could be a trip or simple stuff, in life. Does it bring me joy? And this is a question you really need to ask and remind yourselves during 2025. Now, we did mention about the year 9, and in Carlo Miro's The Human Design, year 9 is associated with the planet Mars. And Mars's energy can be very challenging as it illuminates the areas of your life that have room for growth. Okay. So your Mars represents your assertiveness, your passion, your drive. And when you look at your human design chart, you can actually find out what your gate is. And towards the end of the masterclass, I will ask you what the gate is, and then I can give you the description of the gate and a little bit of just a little bit of an understanding of what the gate is and what to expect and how to maximize the energy of Mars in 2025. So how can you use your Mars as your ally in 2025? That's something we're going to look at towards the end of the masterclass. And also the question that you may have, because when I send one of my Happiness Pulse newsletters, the Mars is also described as your poison arrow. you see this arrow, yeah? And you may ask yourself why. So this arrow is about your assertiveness, is about your passion, is about your drive, is about sort of growing yourself. And if you don't find the areas where you can actually express that uh, arrow, the passion, the drive, then it can come back and become a poison. Sort of it comes inside you, and so it's supposed to be out, not inside. Okay. Yes. So this is just one way of understanding how Mars can help you, can support you through the year. So. So this is a typical human design chart. When you go on my website, you can create and download your own human design chart, and print it out, have it somewhere handy, somewhere easy, because it is a relatively multi-layered system, and it can be overwhelming even sometimes. Okay, so I found out the first time I was introduced to human design was back in 2012. One of my guests on my radio show, I invited over to share more about human design. I found it fascinating, and I still do. It's extremely fascinating, and this is when I found out, but it was actually the traditional human design, that I still got the actual report they got for me, my guest offered to me. Um, but at that point, I found it a little bit hard to understand, even a little bit dark sometimes. So I kept it, and over the years, I went back and I was looking. I mean, there were a few things I was very, I could understand about myself, but some other things that I was not completely, utterly aligned with, until I got to find out about quantum human design. Okay, so and then just a quick understanding what quantum human design is it's a collection of cross-cultural, ancient and modern archetypes. So you see each uh, each of these 64 gates, we've got 64 gates that are part of the mandala, and I'll show you in a moment. And what is an archetype? An archetype is a pattern of thought or symbolic image that is derived from the past collective experiences of humanity. We experience all of the archetypes in the human design charts, either from our own unique charts, our relationships, or through planetary transits. In other words, we have all of the charts, okay? We just experience the archetypes of the chart differently, depending on the unique configuration of our individual charts, okay? So let me just share with you a little bit about, the colored in aspects, when you see at your, the actual, yes, the colored in or defined elements in your chart tell you which archetypes you carry in your own chart, okay? So here in this chart, we've got the root chakra at the bottom, the spleen, the throat, and the head are being defined. They're colored in. Excuse me. So these energies represent your soul curriculum, what you're here to learn from the course of your life, okay? The white or undefined elements, you see the other aspects of your chart, when the little, the emotional solar plexus and the sacral, the will, and the asana tell you a lot about what you're here to learn from others and from the world. So you will experience these archetypes in a variety of different ways, depending on who you are with. So yes, we are actually taking the energy from others, and also from the energies that are transiting in the celestial weather from the planets. The undefined elements of your chart represent the themes you're designed to explore through your relationships with others and your interactions with the world. This is just a very, very sweet and short introduction. So you kind of start to understand. Maybe you already know this, maybe not, but I just wanted to bring that into our conversation here. Okay, so if you got your human design chart, I hope you do, then you can see also the gate where your Mars is highlight. The gates are highlighted by the planet Mars. In mine is not this one. This is not mine. My chart. Mine is defined in gate 62 1.1, which is the esoteric translator. And what does that mean? It means that I'm here to teach, really. So I'm here and both my gates, both the defined gate 62 and undefined gate 23, they are chemical wordsmith. They're both about teaching. It's about communicating radical ideas in a simplified manner. So this is one of the ways I can be of service, and I have been of service actually over the last 30 years plus. Now, I added this just to give you, an understanding what each planet represents in your chart. I'm not going to go take it, you can read that later on, because each planet is associated with a specific theme, and it's good for you to know as you navigate through the celestial weather. Okay. Okay, so again, it is important to know a little bit about how this is the mandala with the human design body graph or chart in the middle, and it is divided into 4 quarters. Okay, so we are actually going to enter the first quarter in 22nd of January. The human design year starts in 22nd of January, so it hasn't started yet, so we still got time to get things sorted and become a bit more clear with what's happening. And so the first quarter. So we're going to take you through each of these quarters. So okay, let me just have a look here. Some of my notes. Right. Okay, so the first quarter, in human design. Again, I'm not going to give you lots of other, vocabulary around it because I just really want to simplify it for you. Okay, the first quarter, it's the quarter of seeding. It all makes sense really because we're actually looking using the garden as a way of as a symbol here. Okay, so it's about the possibilities we've got ahead of us. It's the quarter of possibility. And the questions now you need to ask yourselves is what are we creating this year? What are you creating this year? What are you working on? What are you focused on this year? These are probably questions you have already asked yourselves. And the gates, as you can see highlighted there, they are very much connected with emotional themes, okay? And concentrating on the heart center. So that's why I remember I mentioned about trust and faith and healing the heart. And the heart is about self-worth and values. So we really need to work on that more and more as we go through this year and really healing our self-worth and self-value. I have been on this journey for some time. I know maybe you have as well, and I believe so. And there's still areas that I still find myself that I'm saying, oh, that's interesting. And then something you know, a trigger comes up, a sign that, you know, there's need for more healing here, or what we call also in human design, deconditioning, okay? Now in quarter two, it's the throat. We're actually looking at how we tend the garden, how we, we start thinking of the seeds we're going to bring in our garden, and now when looking to tend the garden, look after the garden, right? And we need to, to sow the seeds, and we are very careful, but we don't go and start looking if the seeds are growing, because if we disrupt that, then we're going to disrupt the growth, the cycle of growth for the plants. So during that quarter, we are talking, we are communicating, we are sharing, we are collaborating. Basically, we are in community with each other. Okay, so this is the time of being out and about and connect with others. The next quarter is the quarter of the harvest, and it's later on in August until October. And it is also a time for some recalibration, okay? And it is also some time, sorry, I meant to say it's time for manifestation. And it's a wonderful time to reap the rewards, okay? But at the same time, we're getting some new ideas. So always moving into that cycle. And the fourth quarter, we call it the seed catalog, okay, which is later on towards the end of the year. And we are here at this point, we are reflecting, and also we are dreaming, okay? It is the dreaming season. And also we ask, what do you need to get ready for the next year? You are taking stock, you are what do you need to build and explore? Maybe you have a vision board. But above all, you don't allow the pressure. It's very important to not put yourself under pressure. You need to get aligned first, okay? So this is a little bit of how the actual how we work around the year with based on through the lens of human design. Okay, so I'm just going back to reiterate the importance of really whatever you do to look after yourself and take care of your own needs, do the inner work, and do the healing that you need to do individually. And your human design chart can provide some answers into the areas that you need to heal when you look at your undefined centers, and where you're not defined. It's got lots of wisdom to support you with that. So whatever we do individually affects us collectively. And whatever you do individually, as a mom, as a dad, as a coach, as a leader, supports you, empowers you, but also your energy and whatever you bring out there supports and empowers other people. And it has got this ripple effect. Now, I just really like to ask yourself, the question, and maybe add some notes. When you see the turquoise here, the turquoise is the color of trust and faith. What comes up for you? Maybe if you got a turquoise pencil, color pen or pencil, maybe use that to write down, and maybe write some notes down, what turquoise means to you. When you imagine of turquoise, where does that take you? How does it feel like to be in contact, in connection with turquoise? Do you like it? Does it bring good feelings? Does it bring, do you associate it with something positive? What do you associate it with? So take a moment to make some notes around that and reflect around turquoise. Well, we did say that one of the key themes for 2025 is learning to how we actually manage our response to fear, how we manage to stay out of reactivity. So instead of reacting, how we actually responding in an authentic way. So what we call it an intentional living. So living with intention. Wonderful. Okay, I'm just looking at the time, and I've got so much more to share with you. Um, so okay, so let me just now go back to looking through the numerology. Okay, so let's have a look at that before we go into the chart. We'll go through that in a moment. But you've got you did add up your day, month, and 2025. Okay, so you've got you know what the actual cycle you're in. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So numerology is another layer of fun, really. So it's just another way of um, understanding ourselves more, but also understanding how we can navigate where the energies of each year, the celestial and planetary energies. So when we're looking at numerology, we are always bringing down to a single digit. Okay, so we're not going to look at the master numbers today. Um, so a single digit, so you can see the cycle you're in personally and the cycle that the planet is in. So collectively, we are in a year 9. And that means it's about completion, letting go of things, and allowing things to flow away, to let go, and make room for new things that want to come in. So there's a lot of healing that happens in a cycle 9, so that we're looking towards as a planet. Yay. So year 9, then it's about courage, direction, having faith, having practices in place. I'm just recapping really, and making sure that you stabilize yourselves and also stabilize yourself, through these deep practices and getting to know yourself more and do the inner work. So in human design, it's near the year 9, and also in Calomeres, it's associated with the planet Mars. We mentioned that, didn't we? So if you could have a look at this is the time when you can go back and have a look at your chart, and see what gate is highlighted by the planet Mars. Okay. If you can, if you would like to, I will give you a little bit of a understanding of what your gate is. So, who would like to start? Just unmute yourself and just share with us your Mars number, gate number, if you like to.
I'm not sure.
You
I
don't
don't
know. You
I
don't
don't
know
want
where.
to say the wrong thing.
Okay.
But is
Well,
my gate number the ones that I added up for my year, my birthday?
okay. First of all, let's have a look at what cycle you're in.
Oh, 3.
You're a 3. Okay, perfect. Let me just put down here. Okay, we're going to have a look at that in a moment. So if you want to look at your chart, to have a
Hmm.
look at your Mars, so basically it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th. It comes 8th. So there's a little circle with a little arrow upwards.
Oh, that's why I was confused. I thought it was the arrow downwards. Sorry. Okay.
That's
Um,
okay. It's all right. It's all new. So what's your gate number there?
54.5 on the design side. Is that right?
Yeah, 54. Okay. So 54. Let me have a look. This is just to, to have a little flavor, but 54
Hmm.
is the archetypal name for 54 is the prosperity seeker.
Oh,
Wow.
that sounds nice.
Yeah. And some of the keywords, just to give you a bit of an understanding, is it's about ambition, it's about spiritual growth, and also material mastery. So it's a bit of both. Okay, so prosperity, we look at both sides, not only money, but also growing ourselves and growing spiritually. And the energy, you've got the energy here with gate 54 to create prosperity as a path to enlightenment.
Oh,
How does that sound?
that sounds nice.
Yeah. So create prosperity as a path to enlightenment. There you are. So
Mhm.
you can have both. That's what I mean.
Nice. Thank
Okay.
you.
Yeah. So this is in your conscious design. Okay. If you want to
Hmm.
look at the on the left hand side, which is the unconscious or the undefined,
Hmm.
what's the gate number there for Mars?
36.4.
36. Okay. 36. The archetypal name for this gate is the compassionate sage. And I can see that in you, but totally. So, so you got wisdom and compassion. So some of the keywords here is basically you're here to embrace what is being human, gentleness, and emotional wisdom. And what did I say to you when I gave you some feedback about being very gentle and understanding, and also, yay, spot on. I think it is spot on for me. The way I have the way I've known you for some time, and through this energy, through this gate, you're here to cultivate compassion for yourself and others. Okay, how does that sound?
Sounds, yeah, it sounds very familiar.
Good,
Yeah,
good, good,
thank
good.
you.
You're welcome. Okay, so anybody else who would like to share their Mars gate?
Yeah. Okay. So, which one did you want, design or personality first, or does it not matter?
Um, well, the one on the right, let's start with the one on the right-hand side, the
The,
personality one.
okay, okay. The one on the right is 40.6.
14, you said?
No, 40.
Four zero, okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
40.
Yeah.
Well, the archetypal name for the gate 40 is the liberated altruist. That's quite a name, isn't it? Deliberate altruist. And then the key words is about service, community, balance, boundaries, work, and rest. So these are the key words of this gate, Sheila. And it's the energy to balance your heart of service with your personal needs. How does that sound to you?
Sounds quite nice, actually.
It is nice. It's lovely. It's absolutely lovely. Yes. So and then if we look at the gate in your design, in your left-hand side of your chart.
Yeah, that's 6.3.
6, right?
Yeah.
6, the archetypal name for 6 is the peacemaker. And I can see that peace emanating from you. It's just keywords for that gate is creating inner peace, conflict resolution, and emotional empowerment. It's one of the emotional solar plexus gates, 6. It's the energy to help use conflict as a gateway into peace. Do you relate with that at all?
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, yeah, but this is when this is also the one that the gate, the Mars gate in your unconscious or undefined part of your chart is because we all come here with a wound, okay? There's a wound somehow, and we hear, that's a big piece of who we are, and this is what we're here also to heal, but also this is also what you're here to share. So while you're doing the healing, also you'll be able to support others because you've gone through this and you have mastered it, and you feel you're in a position to support others and empower others through that journey. So yeah, if you don't express that, then it could come back as a poison. That's why they call it the poison arrow.
Right.
Okay. But these all the deeper understanding of the gates and how your defined centers, undefined centers. This is a lot to take in, and I presume that probably some of you have already had your human design chart. If you haven't, it's quite overwhelming. I do understand that. So I'm here to make it more simple. So I've got something that I'm putting together, and I'm going to offer for all of you to make less overwhelming. So again, if you want, that's something you can play with. You can look at your chart and you can put down what your type is, what your profile is, your defined centers, your open centers. And again, you need to have a bit more information around that and have your own map, as I call it, or just you can start coloring in the areas that you know that it is defined, so you start connecting with that a bit more. Is there anybody else who would like to find out the gate? If not, I could always have a chat with you at some other time. Are we okay? We're good to go to continue? Yeah.
Good to go. Natalie had to pop off to do the school
Okay.
run.
Okay. So we're okay now. So let's have a look at your individual cycles. So you're okay with, you have got your cycle number, you know what number you're in, yes? I am in cycle 2, which is all about relationships and partnerships and collaborations and looking at the detail, which I think it is very, very, very important at this point in time for me and for the happiness that what we're bringing out. Okay. So I'd like to bring to you a beautiful quote, a quote that I love by T.S. Eliot, that he said, "What we call the beginning is often the end. And to make an end is to make a beginning. The end is where we start from." Is it not beautiful? What we call the beginning is often the end. And to make an end is to make a beginning. The end is where we start from. So while we are collectively in one cycle, your personal cycle may be different. Okay, so let's have a look then, yes, at what each cycle means. So cycle 1 is all about new beginnings, about your independence, being who you really are, sowing the seeds. That's the year cycle that actually just ended. Okay. Cycle 2, as I mentioned already, it's about partnerships, collaborations, slowing down and paying attention to the details. Cycle 3, it's all about fun. So you've done all the work with cycle 1, cycle 2. So now you're here to be more creative. It's about creativity and joy. So you are more in your creative energy at this cycle. Cycle 4, it's about work, structure, getting the systems in place, whether that's in your business, okay, or in your family home. So this, so file, you could, for example, you can file those files and, you know, you can create some structure, some clarity. Cycle 5, if you are in cycle 5, the word you need to remember is change, change, change. So there's a song there. So because you're going to be faced with so much change when you are in cycle 5. Cycle 6, family, home, and balance. It's a cycle where you will be busy, so you crave that balance, that home life in order to keep feeling on an even keel. Cycle 7, rest and rejuvenation. It's about learning your inner growth. It's about learning, it's about connecting more with yourself, and longing for your own time. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't think of that, did I? So really a year to recuperate after the business of a cycle 6. Cycle 8. Year 8, it's where we just come out as a collective. So 2024 was a year 8. So it's all about karma, healing karma. It's about money and power. And what you wish for is what you get in a cycle 8. Cycle 9, it's about completion, letting go, healing, wrapping up. But also it's about embracing a new beginning, because it's out there, it's there. You can see that it's actually happening. Okay. Now, I'm as I mentioned, I'm going into cycle 2. Okay, so what I'm going to combine my cycle 2 now with the energy of universal cycle 9. Remember, this is always happening, whether you are aware of it or not. Okay, so whether you're aware of your human design or whether you're aware of your astrology or your numerology, it's always happening. Now, but what I do, I am stepping back. I am an emotional generator. So I'm going to lean in intentionally what needs to be let go of in order for me to step into creative collaborations and partnerships. Paying attention to details of the programs I'm bringing out, of the hubs I would like to host out there, of the podcast, etc., etc. Okay? So that the planetary cycle 9 is supporting my cycle 2. So Whatever your human design, your numerology, or your astrological sign, or your Enneagram, whatever that may be, I would like to remind me and you that we are here to play in life, okay? So let's not take that too seriously. We are just laying out all the tools, okay, to have a bit of fun and do more intentional work, okay? That's what we're here for. So the invitation here is to lean heavily into your human design strategy, okay? So I'm going to relate this just as I did with my own example to our collective cycle 9, and you can add your own personal cycles in as well. So we can add the human design twist to it a little bit. All right. So I'm gonna bring in now in your human design chart. Probably you already know what your human design type is. Now, if you're a projector, okay, start to think what you're being invited to let go of or bring to a completion in your business. So if you've got a library of content, wrap it all up, repurpose it. Maybe you don't have to create another piece of social media or some kind of content in your business because this is already there. So that show you could use year 9. That's how you can actually use the year 9 collective energy. So where do you think as a projector you need to heal and do some work, okay, for your own expansion? Remember, we are going to be in year 1 next year, okay? So year 9 now, year 1 next year. Bitterness around a person or a situation, it could be something you need to really think of. Okay, so here we are. This is all the human design types. Okay, so going back to what I was saying, bitterness around a person or a situation is something you could actually need to release during this cycle 9. So let it go. Okay. Okay, moving on now to the generator type, also called the alchemist in quantum human design. Now, as a generator type, what are you responding to? Okay, what appears in front of you as a sign that things are shifting? There's something that needs to be let go of. What projects do you have that either need to quit, which is a thing for generators, or maybe you have a lot of conditioning around that. Maybe you are quitting too soon, or actually you may need to quit something that no longer gives you joy. Maybe you need to let go of something that is frustrating you, because frustration is one of the signature themes. Maybe you have something that if you brought it into the finishing line, you will feel so freaking fulfilled and good. So quit the things that bring you frustration and finish the things you are here to finish. Okay. Manifesting generators. I think we've got a few manifesting generators in our call. It's going to be a lot of the same for you as I just shared about generators, but also what can you take a good look in your life. As a manifesting generation, you got billions of things. You're so multi-passionate. So, and you're excellent at multitasking as man-gens. So, but look at some things that you may be looking as a distraction in your business that is taking you away from the top 20% to be focused on in order to grow your business. What of those things can you let go of? What's no longer serving the highest good in your business? Well, you might say this is a distraction. I'm gonna let that go. Okay? For our reflectors, what can you leave behind this year? What is disappointment to you? What has been disappointing to you? What disappointment do you need to let go of? Because we all hold on inside of us things that no longer serve us, right? So are they people? Are they communities that you need to remove yourself from in order to experience surprise and delight on a more regular basis, rather than continually feeling disappointed? That could be something you can use the cycle 9 energy to help you with. Now, last we've got the initiators or the manifestors, okay? It's the same sort of process as I just shared for the reflectors, okay? So in your case, initiators, you need to let go of anger. Any anger that you have felt towards, could be yourself, or it could be towards somebody else in your life, in your relationships, with colleagues, anger with other things around you, you know, the way things people treat nature. I don't know. If you feel any sense of anger, do that inner work and let go. Just let go, heal that part of you, okay? So you can experience peace. That's what you're here for. You're here. This is your natural state of being, to be in peace. Okay. So right, I would just like to share, you know, I know that it's almost it's 10 minutes more, we've got more 10 minutes approximately, but I know that it has been a lot for you to digest. So the recording will be sent out to you, to everyone who attended the masterclass, the 2025 energy forecast, and those who have already registered, and it's going to be with you in the next 48 hours. But if you know, if you really want to unlock your design, you know, you want to book your personal reading, you're going to get lots of personalized insights tailored to your unique chart. Um, and uh, and also something new that I'm truly excited to bring to you. It's the HappyNEST portal. So you're going to get the map, what I call it, you know, your report, the reading, and also you're going to get access to immediate access to the portal with very important foundational materials. Also, you're going to be receiving a special invitation to Healing Your HappyNEST story experience. And I'm not going to share all of the details here. I'm just bringing that to your awareness, okay? And I will share the details at some other point through my HappyNEST Pulse, the newsletter you'll be receiving. There will be other opportunities to share about this, which is really, truly important. It's an experience worth every penny, and I'd just like to share that, you know, this is a special limited offer for those of you who have registered for this masterclass. And normally it is £99 off the normal price. It's a small investment really for a lifetime of clarity and alignment. Okay, so and if you have already done this work, you have already got your map, you can always discover new layers of your chart and your story as you grow, and you can address current challenges with fresh insights, and you can revisit tools that are always transformative. So it's time to rewrite your story, okay? So we're stepping into the new year with more purpose and power, and so the world is changing, that's for sure. So must our narratives. Hope, resilience, and alignment can overcome fear. So this is the year that faith prevails, not fear. Your story isn't just for you, it impacts your family and the world around you. So this is the invitation to join us at the HappyNEST portal and Healing Your Story experience. Rewrite your narrative, manifest with ease, and transform your life. And I would like to share and finish this masterclass with an important, wonderful quote. Faith is taking the first step, even when you don't see the whole staircase. Thank you so much for being here with me, with us, and I am super delighted and excited about what's about to come. And I would love to see you joining the HappyNEST portal. I will share more details in very soon. You're going to have more details in your inbox, and how you can join at the Healing Your Story experience as well. And yeah, so truly grateful. Thank you for being here. I hope that you have received a number of insightful information that you can go back and you can explore and take with